Okay, it's some timeline PvP testing with a newly transcended Mr. Sinister with his new uniform. Uniforms are normal. I don't have any spare bios or a mega ticket for him, and I don't think the uniform's actually going to turn out to be good enough to worth a mega ticket anyway, but we'll see. I haven't tried him in any PvP yet. I've only had a little go on Null. He can do Null Stage 1. He's not very good at it, but he can do it. He can clear it. And he can do Corvus 99 as well. Again, it's not a struggle, but he's not blowing you away either. There are other characters that can do it quicker. So that being said, have a look at his build. He's got a mind damage 160 recovery rate. That's actually not bad for him at all. Pretty pointless artifact. Decent binary power, I think, is going to be decent. I think he's going to be a PvP character, so all the skills maxed and fairly completely average Uru. And as you can see, I'm only maxed on crit rate. Crit damage is 193, it's okay. Attack speed 125, that's fine. Cooldowns on 46, that's okay. Ignore death is way low at 38%. You can see he's got 100% ignore dodge there, that's really nice. 38,000 HP is not bad. 38,000 energy attack, almost exactly the same. So, that's the build. I'm putting him in a team with Surfer for the debuff all attack lead. And obviously Dazzler's going to be a great support for him because he's a mutant. Not that she has any PvP value at all. So let's see. That's a decent-ish team. I think he could probably counter Daredevil, but I'm sure he's going to get spanked by Spidey. So let's have a look. We'll just switch. Let's let Surfer die, actually. Let's let Sinister build up his attacks for a minute. Super Giant's almost killed herself with a Reflect. So we do 1 and 2 for the summons. Yeah, he's taken Daredevil. That was easy peasy, actually. So you can counter him. I suspect him of dying instantly to Spidey. So there we go. Let's just get rid of Dazzler. She'll be one shot. There we go. So he was actually really quite good against Daredevil. That was a decent performance. But he was not good against Spider-Man. Who is these days? That's a kind of useless team. Don't need to fight them. It's another Spidey. Let's try Sentry and Jean. Let's see what he can do against either of those two. I think for the PvP rotation, you definitely want... I'm not sure what you want to do, actually. For PvE, I think you want to cast the clones first. I think you do in PvP as well, because they give you attack buffs when they're on screen and defensive buffs when they're on screen. I'm not sure how... Yeah, you can't even get the one and the two off in timeline, it seems like. So they might not be the best skills to use, actually. You might be better off starting with his 4. Let's try that next run. Beaten up by a Daredevil. Deadpool. Fair enough. I don't remember the last time I saw a Deadpool in PvP, but I'm not really paying attention unless it's the Sinister. Let's try him again against the Sentry. I'll try and open with a different move this time. Just wait for the cooldown and then we'll switch. So maybe try open with the 4 and then into the 5 and 1 and 2 and then 3 and the 4 again. This is not bad, you know, he's holding out against Sentry. I think he might take him. Well, he very nearly did that. Well, that was quite interesting. He was really holding out against that sentry. That was nowhere near a one shot. And he did quite a bit of damage to him there as well. Alright, let's get this fight over. We'll try one more. Dazzler just tanking a sentry. What the hell? I mean, it's hardly a tank, but, that she took one shot at all was surprising. This is all meta team, so I wonder what he can do against Cersei if I can survive the sentry. I want to try him again against Sentry because I was quite interested how well he did last time. That was more than I expected. So I'm going to try starting with the 4 again. That seemed to go well. Oh, getting guard broke. Yeah, massively guard broke. Yeah, he took the Sentry out, Wow. Okay, it was 1 life, but wow, he took 1 life from a Sentry. That is impressive for any character. Even if that Sentry has a bad build, that is still an impressive feat. So that was cool. Let's try again another Sentry, see if we can beat one. If you noticed on the previous match, it actually went so long I almost was able to take off the transcended skill, and then that would have been game over. So I think it's possible. He can counter some sentries. Sentry with a new Colossus. Let's try that. Some flexy guy with his useless Colossus. He does look good though, doesn't he? That Colossus uniform looks gorgeous. Better than the Phoenix uniform. I hated that. So we try again 4 into the 5. That seemed to be working. And then, whoa. Where is he on the screen? Sinister, his moves are funny. Oh, now he's gone. Sentry just reflecting himself to death. And come on, let's get Dazzler out of the way. So I think I got how many? How many fights do we have left? 5. So let's try someone else, not just a Sentry. Let's see what he can do against a Wolverine. I don't think he's got enough burst damage to take down Wolverine's health, really, but we'll see. I mean, by the way, I'm playing without his artifact. If Sinister had his artifact, he gets the same revive as Wolverine. Like you can see already with my average build, with that artifact, he's taking sentries out. He's a real counter for a sentry. That's actually better than I expected from him. I wasn't expecting this uniform to be... yeah, he didn't do much against Wolverine. So he's with lead, he's with support. Wolverine just annihilated him. But yeah, he seems to certainly counter sentry quite well. Let's do one more test against a low-ranking sentry. I don't know. I'm not going to check all the builds, but... Oh, dear. Couldn't even get anything off. That was no good. So, he can get one-shotted by sentries as well, don't forget. As I say, I'm still not really sure of his rotation. It does seem to me like you would want to do 1 cancel 2, or like 1 into 2, and then into the 3. That's definitely what you want to do in PvE, I think. But it seems like he's struggling, like just getting guard broken if you try and use 1 and 2. It seems like the iframe on the 4 is what you need to open with, I think. Obviously, this is the first time I've used him, so I could be wrong. I'm sure someone else will find a better rotation, but that's what I'm feeling is working best right now. Let's go rid of the sentries. Let's try a Gene and a Surfer. I think he might counter both of these. If he can take the sentry, he probably should take the Gene, eh? Surfer, he might well reflect himself to death, especially with those clones running around reflecting everywhere. If you could actually get them up. Okay, let's bring him up 4, and then the 5. Okay, this Gene's got a regen, but look, he's doing. She's taking 3 damage. Damn, this is not good. Not sure quite why she's taking so little damage. But I've got the Awaken skill off, and I think she's done. Even with Colossus and whatever else is going on here, she's taking no damage. And he's still taking her out. And she keeps healing. This could be a stalemate, you know. Because she doesn't seem to be killing me. I've got got the Awaken skill off twice. That's ridiculous. I actually did even get a chance to pull those clones out, so it should be like four characters on the map now. I did die eventually. I wanted to see if in timeline he supposedly makes a clone of the opponent. I wanted to see if there was another Gene on the screen, but not a clue. I couldn't see anything. So that was interesting. Molecule Man lead. He would have won that fight. Very interesting. Gilgamesh. Let's give him a go against Gilgamesh. See what he can do there. The big Gil. Just pounding away at Surfer and not getting hit with any reflect. Mr. Physical. The 4. The 5. The 1. The 2. The 3. This is doing nothing. Gilgamesh just tanking the entire thing. Born to tank. This guy's mad. Look at that. It's just heal. Must have the artifact. He's got like 5 heals with his artifact, this ridiculous guy. I think that might be the last match I got left now, or 2 more. 1 more. So let's try. Do 5 rolls and see who comes up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got Sentry and Spider with a Colossus. Let's give him Molecule Man for the lead, just to see if it's going to help him out at all. Where are you, Molecule Man? I mean, if you wanted to completely avoid the debuff thing, which I don't know why you would do that in PvP, but if you did, I suppose he does actually have a self-lead like Mystique, so if you really wanted to build him hard for PvP, like with the regen and with his artifact and everything, I suppose his own lead and double support could work. I'd worry about the debuffs and stuff. He does like to get guard broken on his 3rd skill. Oh, see, he's taken a sentry again. So this is 2 out of 10 fights we took a sentry, at least 1 life. So the Molecule Man leader is doing good for him here. Oh, he's taken both lives from that sentry. Spidey is just about to kill me, surely. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll let these 2 clowns get taken out. And that was me wasting all my timeline entries for the day just for testing. So there we go. 10 fights, 10 defeats. I'm playing against characters that essentially I think are better than him. Like, it seems pretty clear to me that he's not going to be a counter to Spidey. His skill set is just not quick enough. And he just doesn't have the kind of defensive skills that you'd need to counter Spidey's 4 if there is a counter to that evil move. It does seem like he's potentially a counter to Sentry. Like I say, with the artifact, 100% that is a counter to Sentry, because if that guy has basically the Wolverine revive thing, he's clapping sentries left, right, and centre. And bearing in mind, I've got a recovery rate, mind damage, proc obelisk. Imagine him with a regen or an authority. So, seriously believe this guy is a real counter to a sentry. We saw him going toe-to-toe with a Jean, or some reason not doing any damage, but look, he was able to tank her for a while. So, serious counter for sentry, definitely a counter for Jean. Only played that one Gilgamesh. I didn't see him doing anything there, but it may have been the opponent build. And like most other players these days, he can't do nothing to Spidey. And I honestly don't see him being able to do Wolverine, because I think if you wanted really to have success with him in PvP, you need PvP build, and then I just don't think you'll be able to give him an offensive enough build at the same time in order to just take away from Wolverine's healing. So I think Wolverine, probably a counter for him. Spider-Man definitely. But he's a counter for everyone. And it seems, possibly Gilgamesh as well. So really the physical damage types he's not doing very well against, but the remnants of like last year's energy damage meta and timeline, Sentry, Jean, probably a Surfer as well. He seems to be doing pretty good. He has got pretty high base HP, so he might be able to tank the Reflect from Surfers on some occasions. I think he would die to it a lot of times as well. And I haven't really figured out to what extent he can take Reflect damage from his clones, but it seems to me they're very, very hard to actually get off during a timeline fight, because I don't think they're, there's just a hard skill. He gets guard broken, or it doesn't have an iframe, so he just gets smacked. So that was the testing. Just a little bit of testing of Mr. Sinister in timeline for Acete. So, thank you for watching.